Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So I'm back with another overview of the module Employee in Odoo 17. Okay, so as you know, employee management is a very difficult task, and if you are part of an organization, means you know how hard it is to manage the employees of your organization, right? So Odoo has a very effective employee module in which you can manage your employees very easily. You have this employee creation and all things which are related to an employee. As you know, employee belongs to an HR module. Okay, so I'm not wasting my time talking about the employee module. You will know how important it is, right? So let's move on to the module and see how the employee module works and what all are hidden inside the module. Okay guys, so now let's move on to the employee modules and see how it's done. So for that, first I'm opening the employee module. Here you have the module, I'm opening it, and first, once you open the employee module, the thing which comes in front of you is the employees. Okay, you can see all the employees which are there in your system or pre-created in the system. Okay, so here we have employees like Abigail, Anita, Audrey Peterson, and so on. So you have so many employees in the organization. Now, if you want to filter it based on company or department, that is possible here. As you can see, on the left side of the screen, you have this company as well as the department. So based on the company and department, you can, change your view. Okay, whatever your need is, according to that, you can change the view. Now, talking about the view, this page has different views like the Kanban view, list view, the activities, graph view, pivot view, and also you have the hierarchy. Okay, so this is the Kanban view, which shows the card-like structure. So inside each card, you have this photo of the employee, the name, the designation, the email ID, and also the work phone number. And also if you want to show activities corresponding to that particular employees, that is also possible over here. So each card shows details about that is the basic details about employees. Okay, so this is the Kanban view. I'm putting it back to list view. So this is the list view. You have the employees here, the work phone number, work email, the first contract signed date and all details. Like it even has the manager's detail, that is the manager for that person can be viewed over here. Okay, similarly you have the activities, that is to schedule activity corresponding to employees. It's very simple. You can simply schedule activity from here by clicking on schedule activity. You can choose the person from here. So if you're choosing Abigail Peterson, means you can choose that person, and such a window comes where you can choose the activity type, which can be a call, meeting, to do, reminder, whatever it is. So I'm putting call. You have the summary, that is if you want to add any summary to it, like a note and all, you can add it from here. You have the due date and also the assigned to. Now here you have the plan where you can either choose onboarding or offboarding. So once it's done, I'm going to open it on calendar. Okay. So yeah, that's opened. See, this is how you schedule activity for the different, employees. Okay, so this is the meetings, going back to employees. So see, for Abigail Peterson, I've scheduled an activity which is called. Now it's in green color because it's been scheduled for future. Okay. Now you have the graph view of the same. Okay, which shows the different, details regarding the contracts. Okay, the first contract date and the count. So here you can change the measure accordingly. So if you want to see number of days to recover, or number of dependent children, and if you want to see number of disabled children, every measures can be found inside the measures menu. Okay, you can choose from there. Okay, so yeah, that's the graph view. Now inside the graph itself, you have different graphs like the line chart, pie chart, and bar chart and all. Then we have the pivot table for employees, which shows the count and the different months. Okay, so yeah, you can add the measures from here. So I'm adding hourly cost. So yeah, hourly cost is added. So whatever measures you need, you can add it into the pivot table. And finally, we have the hierarchy. This is the hierarchy. I'm opening it. So you can see the admin and people working under that person. So this is a new thing which has been added to the employee module. So you can see the Chief Executive Officer, which is the CEO. So if Michelle Edmund is CEO, there are 3 people under this person, and under each of those 3 also, they have people. See, you can see the hierarchy in such a way. Okay, this is of Jeffrey Kelly. You have the Marketing and Community Manager. So under that person, we have 4 other employees. Likewise, you can expand all. So this shows the hierarchy. Okay, how it is, how is the admin, who comes under who, and all those things. So it's a very interesting part, and it has been designed in a very beautiful way. Okay, so that's the employee page, and let's move on to the basic part or the important part of the employee module, which is to create an employee. So here you have the new icon. I'm clicking on new, and what you have to do is you have to specify the employee's name over here. So let the name be John. Sorry. Okay, and the job position can be given. So I'm putting him under sales. And if you want to add any tags to the employee, you can add it. So I'm adding the tag as sales itself because I've given the job position as sales. Okay, now you can add a work mobile here. You already have a work phone over here. Then you have the work email. So work email can be added over this area. You have the department where this person belongs to. So I'm putting him under management sales, that department. So automatically for management sales, there's a manager and coach. Both comes the same person. Okay. And here you can put the job position. So marketing and community manager, let it be. Or even you can simply change it to whatever it is. So whatever you choose here, that is the job position you choose here, will come under the name tag. Okay. So if I'm choosing consultant, means that will come over here. So that's done. Then you can see the next appraisal date for this person and the smart tabs or different tabs you have here, right? So here you can add the resume of that person, and then you have the work information. So if you just take a look at the resume, you can create a new entry and you can pick a skill from the list. So I'll show you how to create a new entry. You can give the title as consultant and you can choose the employee. So I'm choosing Anita. The type, let it be education. Okay. The display type, in what type it should be displayed. You have three things like classic, certification and course. Putting classic, description can be added, and also the duration. So the duration, let it be from any random year to a different year. So I'm choosing this thing and applying what. Okay. So once you're done, what you have to do is save it and close it. So I'm saving and closing it. So yeah, that's done. Now you have another section which is called the skills. So here you can basically add skills to this employee. Okay, adding skills is very simple. Click on pick a skill from the list. So there is already skills which are pre-created. You can simply add or select from those skills. So you have the skill types like IT, languages, marketing, programming skills, soft skills, and whatever it is. So I'm putting it as language, and here you can choose the language. So I'm choosing English, and the skill level, you have these much levels. I'm putting C2, which means 100% skilled in English. Saving and closing it. So similarly, you can add skills over here. Okay. So that's the resume part. Now you have the work information where you have the location of the work, and you can see the organization chart of that person. You have the approvers of expense, time off, timesheet and attendance. You can choose those approvers. You have the remote work. Okay. Then you have the schedule, which is working hours and the time zone. Also, you have the planning where comes the roles and the default roles. Okay. So the roles basically, define to the roles which this person can fit into. Okay. So that can be chosen from here. So I'm leaving it as such. And here you can, specify your default work location for each day of the work, and the schedule will repeat. So you can specify whether this is if Monday you are choosing home, Tuesday you're choosing office. Likewise, you can specify the location of the work. Okay. So that's the remote work. That's the work information. Then you have the private information where you have the private contact and also the family status. Similarly, you have the emergency contact name and phone number, and you have the education section. Work permit, that is details like the visa, work permit number, visa expiration date and so on. And then you have the citizenship. See, all those details are there under the private information. And then you have the HR settings. So here you have the status of the employee. You have PIN code, badge ID. So this can be set, and this badge ID or PIN code can be used in case of POS, or even you have the attendance and all where you are punching and all. You can use this badge ID as well as the PIN code. Okay. Then you have the W4 form. So filled in 2019 or before, whatever, all those details which are asked can be checked from here. You have the application settings, that is the billing time target, hourly cost, fleet mobility card. Then there comes the W2 form, and SD works. Then you have the payroll section as well as the status of the employee. So that's the HR section. And once you're done, you can request for appraisal, Okay, there'll be appraisals, right? So if you want to request for an appraisal, that can be done from here. If you want to request for a signature, that is also possible over here. And even you can launch plan. So this is how you basically create an employee. On the top, you have different smart tabs which shows documents, contracts, organization chart, time off, and under more you have the timesheets and equipment count. So all these details regarding to this particular employee will be shown over here gradually when we use this person in different areas. Okay, so that's the employees, and that's how you create a new employee. Okay, so if you just expand Jeffrey Kelly, you can see. So this is the hierarchy, and here comes that person. So that's the employees. Now under the employees, you have this organization chart, okay, which is exactly the hierarchy itself. So as I said before, the one which we added has come under this marketing and community managers department. See, John is here. Similarly, you can see other departments, other people, and all those employees which comes under particular employees. So that's the organization chart. And if you want to create a new chart, means you can create. The thing which happens is that a new, employee creation will be done. It's exactly the same, and it will be shown in the organization chart. Okay, so directly from the organization chart, you can create a new one. Next, you have the contracts, where you can see all the contracts which are under new, running, expired, and even cancelled state. Okay, if you expand each of these states, you can see the count of the people under each, and you can see the details like the job position, the contract reference, the department, the yearly cost, and so on. Okay, so that's the contracts. And if you want to create a new contract, you know what a contract is, right? Obviously, when an employee is created, he signs in a contract, okay, regarding his work. That is the year till which he is going to start and end the work and all. Okay, so here's the contract reference. You can give the name for the contract. So I'm putting it as new contract. Once it's done, you can add employee over here. So I'm adding Anita Oliver. And once I added that person, all the details regarding the salary structure, department, job position and all has come. Okay, and the start date of the contract is here. You can choose the end date of the contract. Okay, and then you have the working schedule, that is standard 40 hours per week, whatever it is. Then you have the work entry source, whether it's working schedule, attendance, or planning, based on what the work entry is done. Okay, then you have the salary information, where you have the wage type, which is fixed wage, the schedule pay, whether it's paid monthly, weekly, or daily, whatever it is. See, all those things is there. And here you can set the wage for that person that is in the contract, and also the yearly cost. Then you have the pre-tax benefits. All those things are given here. And next you have the contract details, where you have the sign, the contract template, and the part-time. Okay, so also you have the accounting section, and here you have to upload the personal documents like your ID card copy, mobile subscription invoice, SIM card copy, and even internet subscription invoice. So yeah, and also you can insert an image for this person. Okay, so that's the contracts. Once you're done, you can simply save it and use this. Okay, that's the contracts. Next, you have the menu called the departments. So under the departments, you have so many departments like the administration, management, the professional services, research and development, sales, and so on. So if you want to add a new department, click on new over here. Give the department name. So I'm giving it as IT department. You can choose a manager for this department. Let it be Beth Evans. The parent department of this, so I'm putting it under sales. So if there should be a custom appraisal template, means you can check it and you can set the appraisal template from here. See, you can, choose whatever should be there, and all those things are given here. Like you have the employee, my work, what are my best achievements since my last appraisal. So you can change the question from here. This will be our default template. If you want to change or even add questions, you can do that from here. So I'm not putting custom appraisal template. Then you have the company, the appraisal survey, and also the color. So you can choose a color. I'm choosing a random color. Okay. So once it's done, you can save it. And yes, you have created a new department. Okay. Just take a look. Here you have the IT department which you created, under which you have 0 employees because no employees are created after the creation of the department. So that's the departments. And here also in the department, you have the list view. as well as the hierarchy. See, the management, the administration, personal services, research and development, and also the sales. Okay, so if you unfold, you can see the people who are under those departments. So that's the departments. Then you have the reporting, where you have the contracts, presence, skills, and certification. So reporting contracts, where you have the employee analysis. This is the employee analysis. You can see the date of the, date and the employees. So you can change the measures to new employees, or the duration contract, the fuel card, whatever it is. You have so much measures. From there you can change it. So you can see the pie chart and the bar chart of the same. Also you have the start view, cumulative view, ascending and descending order of the same. So for the same thing, we have the pivot table. This is the pivot table. You have the different departments over here, and added measures can be seen. So if I'm adding duration contract, you can see it has been added. That's how you add it, and you can simply insert it into a spreadsheet as well. Then you have the presence under reporting, which is here. That is the employee's presence to define. Okay. So here you can mark whether the person is absent or present or whatever it is. So here you have a tick mark. If you click on that, that employee is set as present. If you click on this cross, it is set as absent. Okay, so you have the time of the SMS, the log and all of this particular person. So if you want to log anything, or that is to add any note, or even if you want to send SMS to that person, that is possible over here. Okay, so that's the presence control basically. So you can see the employees, absentees and presentees from the all, and if you want to, filter it based on particular company, that is also possible over here. Then you have the absentees as well as the ones who are present. So if you want to only see the absent ones, you can see that from here. Present ones, you can see that from here. So for all the present ones, there will be a green dot. Okay. And then if you want to filter it based on department, that is also possible over here. That is, multiple filters can be used at a time over here. So that is the employee presence to define. And here you have the list. So if there are presents which are to be defined, that is, we have not yet defined whether it's present or absent, such cases will come under this place. And if you want to create a new one, you can create a new employee. Okay. So yeah, that's the employee presence to define. Then you have the skills. So this is the skills. So the skills specified to each of the employees can be seen from here. So here we have Abigail Peterson. Expanded, you can see the different skills and the skill level. Also, you can see the level progress of the skill of that particular employee. Okay, so that can be viewed in the pivot table as well. It shows the level progress percentage of different languages or whatever skills it is. Okay, so yeah, that's the employee skill. And then you have the employee certification. So here's the certifications. Okay, whatever certification or each employee has, that can be viewed here. So currently Michelle Edmond has 3 certification, which is the AWS Cloud, the Oracle and so on. Okay, so that's the reporting section. Now if you go to configuration, you have the employee section where you can see the departments. So open the departments and here comes the department. So we have seen creating a department here in the department section. Here also you can create a department. Simply click on new and provide the name. So I'm putting as new department. A new department is created. You can choose a manager from here. So this is a very simplest way of creating a department. Okay, so that's how you create a new department. Okay. Next, under the employee, you have the work locations. Open the work locations. So like when you were creating an employee, you have seen this work location on each day where that person should work. You can preset it. So here the work locations are given, and if you want to add a new, you can add it. So I'm adding as new location. The work address should be given over here. And you can choose the cover image, whether it's a place, a company, or or your home, whatever it is. So I'm putting it as a locations cover image, saving it. Now if you go back, you can see new location has been added. Okay, so that's the work locations. Then you have the departure reasons. That is, if somebody is leaving or leaving the company, you have different reasons for that. It can be either that person can be fired or assigned or retired or whatever it is. So you can set a new departure reason, and that can be used in case where an employee is leaving. So I'm creating as health issues or something. Okay, save it, and this can be used while the employee is leaving. Okay, so that's the departure reasons. Then you have the skill types. So here is the place where you add skills. Okay, you can see for language these much skills have been added. If you just open it, you can see the skill type name is languages, and the skills are different languages like English, Hindi, Malayalam, Tamil, Arabic, Bengali, German, Russian, Portuguese, whatever it is. Okay, so if you want to add more language to this, you can simply click on add, and then you can also set levels for each of these skills. So you have different levels like C2, C1, B2, B1, A2, A1, which shows different percentage of the skills. That is how much you are skilled in that particular skill. Okay, so that's the new skills. Next, under the recruitment, you have job positions. So while creating an employee and all, they'll be asking for job position. Those job position which we choose there can be created from here. So you have different job positions like experienced developer, consultant, trainee and all. So simply click on new. Here comes the job position. So you can specify the job position. I'm putting it as sales manager. The recruitment, so you can put him under a department. So I'll put him under management sales. Job location can be remote or even any company can be chosen. I've chosen the company. Set an email alias, employment type. So I'm putting it as permanent employee. And you have this target. So how much new employees? 5. If this is published, then you can check it. That is, we are basically creating a new recruitment. Okay, new job position is created means we are obviously creating a new recruitment. There will be no people. So you are going to recruit. That's the reason why they are asking for the target over here. So number of new employees you expect to recruit. Okay, and whether it's published. So only when it is published to the website, people can see it and apply for it, right? So that's the reason why you have a checkbox over here. Then you have the website in which it should be published. So if you don't give anything means it will be published in both websites. If you're specifying any one means it will be published only on that particular website. Then you have the recruiter, the person who's in charge of the recruitment. So I'll put Michelle Edmond. Then you have the interviewers, that is the people who are going to interview him or him or her, whoever it is. And then you have the interview form. So whatever the interview form is, you can choose it from here. Okay. And then you have the contract template. So you can choose the contract template also from this place. Okay. So here we have another tab which is called the job summary, which shows the summaries. That is, if you want to put any, definition of the job, what the job is and all, that summary can be given over here. Okay. So that's the job summary. So that's how you create a new job position. Now, after you do that, you can simply save it and you have the job application as well as the trackers, and even you can go to website. So that's the job positions, and go to configuration, and here you have the employment types. Okay. So employment types can be like a permanent, temporary, it can be an intern, interim, seasonal, full-time, part-time, whatever it is. So such a type can be created over here. Simply click on new and specify what the employment type is. So these are all basically things used inside the employee creation. So, okay. And then you have the contracts where you have the working schedules and templates. So click on working schedules. So it can be things like standard 40 hours per week, standard 35 hours per week, standard 0 hours per week. So whatever it is, you can create the working schedule. Okay. So you can schedule it based on every, from Monday till, if it's your company is working till Friday, means from Monday till Friday, all the things should be given here. So just see the average hours per day is given as 8, and here you can see Monday morning 8 o'clock the work will start till 12 o'clock. The duration of days is given. Okay. And then you have the 1 day lunch break, how much time is taken as lunch break. And Monday afternoon, how much time is taken, from what time to what time the work continues. Similarly, till Friday, this is given, and based on this, the calculation will be taken. See, company full-time is 40 hours per week. Okay, so that's the working schedules. And then you have the templates. Okay, so here you have the different templates. So these are basically the contract templates. You can create a template from here, and this can be used. Okay, so you've seen this while you were creating contract. So that's exactly the same contract creation itself. Okay. Then you have the activity planning, that is onboarding and the offboarding plans. So here you have onboarding as well as offboarding. Click on that. You can see the different activity types coming under the onboarding and offboarding plan. So first, when we were talking about the views in employee, we've seen this scheduling the activity where they were asking for plans. So if you've chosen offboarding and under offboarding you're choosing different activity types, means those activities will be viewed here. Okay. And then you have the challenges where you have the badges. So for good performance and all, different badges can be seen and you can grant these badges. So even you can create a new badge. I'm creating as problem solver. Okay. And you can give a badge description. So its allowance is granted to everyone or a selected list of users, people having some badges, no one assigned through the challenge. So I'm putting it as everyone. And monthly limited sending, limitation number you can set. So only 10 badges can be granted per month. Okay, that's a limit. And the rewards for challenges can be added over here. It can be a reward product or whatever it is. Okay, you can choose it from here. And then you have the forum badge level. So if it's bronze, you can, give this. For this level can be rewarded for the challenges. Then you have the statistics over here, And once it's published, you can simply click on here and it shows publish. Okay. Now if you want to grant this badge to someone, click on grant this badge and choose the person to whom you want to grant it. Okay. So that's how you grant a badge to a employee. Then you have the challenges under challenges menu. You will be setting targets and challenges for employees and how many goals are there, how many participants are there for that particular challenge can be seen here. See, this is a challenge, monthly sales target. So they have set a target and the people under that challenge is shown here. So let's create a new one. So you can name the challenge over here. So I'm putting as new challenge and assign to whoever you can choose it. Okay, or even you have the, like a formula where you can generate the people whom it should be assigned to. Okay, and then you have the periodicity, that is whether it should be a recurring one or non-recurring one, like daily, weekly, monthly, so that can be chosen. And you have the responsible person for this, and you have the start date, end date of the challenge, and the display mode, whether it's an individual goal or leaderboard, that is group ranking, you can choose that. And the goal should be provided here. The reward and the advanced option comes here. So that's the challenge. I'll simply open this challenge and show you guys. So here you have the name of the challenge is monthly sales target. Then you have the groups and, the periodicity, this display mode, the responsible. You have the reward over here, the advanced options. Okay, that's all the pre-created challenges. And then finally you have the goals history. So this is the goals history. So for Michelle admin, the total invoiced, it's a goal, right? So that is shown here. So 100% he achieved his goal. Similarly, the goal history can be viewed. And finally, we have the configuration settings. So I'm opening it. Yeah, this is the configuration settings of employees module, where you have the presence control, where it is based on attendance, based on user status and system. So both are checked. So presence control will be done based on attendance and also the based on the user status in their system. So whether you've opened the system means it will be showing that you're online, right? So based on that status on your system, the presence will be controlled. Okay, whether you are absent or presence, that will be marked. Then you have the advanced presence control. So presence reporting screen, email and IP address control, that is based on number of emails sent. The advanced presence control will work. Okay, so you can set the minimum number of emails to send, and also if it should be done based on IP address, that can be checked from here. Okay, then you have the skill management, that is you have seen the skills, that is adding skills inside your resume section, right? So that skill management is what it is. Then you have the remote work, that is while in the employee creation we've seen each day where to work. Okay, so that remote work display is also possible here. Then you have the work organization. So by default, you can set a company working hours. So default is 40 hours per week. Then you have the employee update rights. So employee editing, that is employees can edit their own data. So if you only check this, they can do that. Okay. Then you have the salary configurator, that is the salary package configurator. So you have already given 30 days. So for that duration, the salary package configuration will be done. So this is the validity duration for salary package request for employees. Then finally, you have the extra time off, where it shows if the employee requested extra time off in his salary configurator create automatically the allocation request, then you can choose the time off type also from here. Okay. So these are the basic things which comes under the employee module. I hope it's clear for you guys. So detailed video on similar or simple topics will be put in our YouTube channel. So that was all about the employee module of Odoo 17. I hope it's clear for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with another overview video.